Hello everyone, and welcome back to the second part of the video on how to ace job interviews. So for those who have missed the first part, the link to the first part is available as part of the description to this video. Here is also a brief summary of the points that we have discussed in part 1. Dress to impress, confidence is the key, having a positive body language, know your employer, and lastly, build a powerful CV. So today we'll start with point number 6, and that is keep upskilling. Hard work beats talent if talent does not work hard. So if you feel that you are talented and you possess all the tools in your arsenal in order to ace your job interviews, then think again. Because everyone around you is constantly upskilling and the world around you is constantly changing. Therefore, you also need to be on your toes in order to survive the challenges of this dynamic world. Here are a few points to consider. First, join college societies. So college societies provide you with exposure, experience, and also teach you work ethics, time management, how to manage stress, and work in teams. Therefore, joining the college society is a very integral part of student life. Make sure that you join at least 2 college societies which are aligned with your future vision as well. So for example, in future, you want to become an entrepreneur. So joining the E-cell or the incubation cell of your college may be a good idea. While if you want to do an MBA or want to go into the corporate sector, then joining the placement cell or the alumni association may help you build good corporate connections. So make sure that you're part of at least 2 good college societies, which will help you build a better CV and profile as well. Second, pursue internships. So this is not anything new. I guess everyone in the present world scenario does pursue internships because internships provide a practical, hands-on experience on the job. Specifically, when we talk about the undergraduate students, so they are freshers, and when the companies are coming to recruit, they feel more confident in recruiting people who have done internships because they feel that they at least have some kind of corporate exposure, which increases their chances of selection as well. The next is to know the latest trends and advancements in your field. So now gone are the days when in your skills you can just write that we are proficient in MS Office. Nowadays companies would expect you to know Power BI, ChatGPT, Canva, and much more. Therefore, you need to build the skills section of your CV very well. For also, you need to know the latest trends and advancements in your field, for which you can connect with alumni. You can join discussion forums and communities on social media. And you can also read research papers from reputed journals in order to understand that what are the latest things which are going on in your field of interest. Next is to acquire the hard skills. So hard skills are the specific job abilities which can be quantified or are measurable. While on the other hand, we also need to have the soft skills, which are basically more of a social skills based on how you understand and interact with people. So these are a list of a few hard skills and soft skills which would increase your chances of selection if you have them on your CV. Again, the hard skills will form a very important section of the skills section of your CV and should be backed up by add-on courses or value-added courses. On the other hand, the soft skills would form an important part of the strengths section of your CV and should be backed up by real-life personal experiences. Though nowadays, a lot of value-added courses and certification courses are also available to pursue these soft skills. Remember, companies are looking to recruit people who are constantly striving to achieve excellence and are flexible and are open to new experiences. The next we have stay calm. So it's very important to stay calm in your interview. First, be focused. So focus helps you achieve calmness. For example, we can take the case of the Mahabharata. So when Guru Dronacharya was teaching the Kauravas and the Pandavas, and he told them to take an aim at the eye of the bird. But before he allowed anyone to shoot the arrow, he asked them that what can they see? So someone answered that they can see the forests. Someone said they could see the trees or the branches or the leaves or the bird. But only Arjun said that I can see only the eye of the bird. So that is the importance of laser focus. Therefore, Arjun was allowed to take an aim at the eye of the bird and he succeeded. So in order to reach your goal, you have to have that laser focused approach in life. Moreover, distractions can cause chaos. So having a focused approach will help you stay more calm and relaxed. Second is to practice meditation. Meditation will help you increase relaxation as well as to remove your anxiety and tension. Third is to take ample rest. So ensure that a day or 2 before the interview, you are getting proper sleep. So you must make sure that you are getting at least 6 to 8 hours of proper sleep before the interview in order to look fresh. You do not want to look sleepy or dizzy during your interview. Now, this is a very important point. It talks about stress interviews. So stress interviews is something that have become very common nowadays. So in the stress interview, the interviewer creates an environment which is stressful, complex, and ambiguous, so as to check the temperament and the confidence level of the interviewee. So here you have to maintain a very calm approach. So how do you sail through stress interviews? I'll be talking about 3 important points here. First, the interviewer at times may ask, "Are you sure?" So in this case, you have to stay firm by your stance. So if you're confident about your answer, do not feel underconfident or do not feel taken aback by him asking this question. He's just willing to check that are you firm by your stance or not? Or if you feel that you are correct, do you stay put by it or not? Second, at times in stress interviews, you face a lot of questions in quick succession. So an interviewer may ask the first question. Before you finish the answer, you'll have the next question and then the third one, and this continues. Now, here again, they are checking that do you get frustrated in such situations? So in these situations, what you would want is to break the momentum of the interview. So a good strategy here can be that you can say, "Sir, I would like to take a minute to think about it." Now, when you say this, you'll get at least a 20 to 30 seconds break, which is important to break the momentum. And now you can calm yourself and recollect your thoughts and then continue with the interview. And the third part. So if you do not know the answer, do not hesitate in saying no, because the interviewer at times is asking you questions which he himself knows that you might not know the answer to. So here he is not checking your knowledge, but your temperament and your ability to handle such situations. So rather than giving a vague answer, you can say something like this: "Sir, I'm not able to recollect this right now." So this shows that you are confident and do not have any hesitation even if you do not know the answer. These are some important points which will help you sail through stress interviews, which have become very common part of the interview process nowadays. And lastly, be proactive. So being proactive is extremely important. An interview is like a game of chess. So you need to know what the interviewer's next move is. So think of the end before you begin. And therefore you need to plan your interview very, very carefully. For that, you need to read the mind of the interviewer. Which is the next point, read the mind of the interviewer. Now we all feel that we should have the psychic abilities of Professor X from X-Men. But again, that is not the case. But here are a few points that might prove to be helpful for you. First, be the master of your own destiny. So often in an interview, the first question is, "Tell me something about yourself." Now here the interviewer puts the ball into your court. Now you have the opportunity to take him into any direction that you want. So frame the answer to this question in a very proper manner. You can start with a very basic intro, followed by a strong suits. So you should know your strong suit can be your academics or your internships or your ECA activities, strengths, whatever. So whatever your strong suits are, have them in a proper order and frame your answer accordingly. Because most of these interviews are unstructured. That is, the interviewer picks up the next question based on your previous answer. So most interviewers will not let you complete the answer to this question and will start the cross-questioning there itself. So if you are telling those points which are your strengths or which are your strong suits, the interviewer will automatically move into that direction, through which you can become the master of your own destiny, as now you are the one who is guiding the interviewer. Second, do not reveal too much. Again, we also have to be diplomatic in an interview. For example, if you want to pursue CAT or GMAT in future and are here in the company just for a period of 1 or 2 years to gain experience, so you cannot state that to the interviewer. So you have to make sure that you're only stating the things which the interviewer wants to hear. Now, what are the things that the interviewer wants to hear? He basically wants to know that you are an employee who will be joining the company and will be staying with the company in the long run. Now, how do you communicate that to the interviewer? We'll be covering in the upcoming slides. And lastly, do not tell your weaknesses. This is a mistake that I've seen a lot of students make, that they include their weaknesses as part of the first question. Tell me something about yourself. So make sure that you do not do that. Do not tell your weakness until specifically asked for. And secondly, even if they ask for your weaknesses, try presenting them in a manner that they come across as your strengths. And secondly, also tell that what are the corrective actions that you have taken in order to overcome those weaknesses. Because employers would want to recruit those people who are ever growing, who are always ready to learn and improve themselves. So when you tell them that these are my weaknesses and these are the corrective actions that I've taken, so this is a good message that gets communicated to the employer. Then next we have prepare well. So you need to prepare well for the interview. For that, you must have good notes. So preparing the notes for an interview is extremely important. Now these notes should pertain to the academics, to your internships, to your hobbies, everything that is there on your CV, you should have proper notes to complement them. Moreover, there will also be certain company specific notes based on the company's mission, vision, values, and the kind of job profile or job description of the company. So make sure that you have notes for all these aspects, including the technical rounds of the interview. Now again, the technical round also would depend upon the kind of job profile that the company is coming up with. So having comprehensive notes would help you prepare better, and 1 or 2 days before the interview, you just have to revise those notes rather than studying the entire thing again. Second, do not underestimate the HR interviews. This is a mistake that many people make. उनको लगता है कि भाई टेक्निकल इंटरव्यू निकल गया है तो एचआर इंटरव्यू तो निकल ही जाएगा. अगर एचआर इंटरव्यू लेकिन अगर सबका ही निकल जाता तो इसके कोई सेंस नहीं होता. सो व्हाट वाज द नीड टू कीप एन एचआर इंटरव्यू देन? सो डू नॉट फील कि एचआर इंटरव्यू इज जस्ट फॉर द नेम सेक. HR interview is a very important part of the entire selection process, and in certain big companies, these interviews are taken by the CEO or the top key managerial personnel themselves. So you must prepare well for an HR interview. Now I'll give you an example here. A common question in an HR interview is that what is your short-term and long-term vision, or what is your 1 year and 5 year plan? So how do you answer this? So in the 1 year plan, you can say, so I'm looking forward to join your company, and in the next 1 year, I feel that I'll be an integral part of your organization. So in a 5 year plan, you can say that I see myself as an integral part of the company who has contributed to the growth and success of the organization while simultaneously achieving the highest standards of professional and personal growth. Now here you are communicating multiple things. First, that you wish to join the company and stay with it for the next 5 years at least. Second, that you are concerned with the growth and success of the company. And third, you are also simultaneously looking for personal and professional growth. That is, you are an ambitious employee. And these are the kind of people that the company would want to hire. And this is what the interviewer wants to actually hear from you. So these are some important points that you might consider for an HR interview. Next is learn from your past. So you must have given a lot of interviews in the past, maybe for your internships or your college societies or even past job interviews. So make sure that you learn from those interviews. So make sure that whatever you are learning, maybe a mistake, maybe something that you did well, you can note it as part of your notes. So everything should go there because you do not want to move in the opposite direction. Each interview you want to improve your performance, which can be done only when you are learning from your past interviews. Then take constructive criticism. This is again an important point because no one can be completely self-sufficient. If you are standing still, you cannot see 360 degrees. Right? So there will always be certain blind spots which you cannot see or detect. So for that you need people, maybe friends, family, peers, who can provide you with constructive criticism. So you can plan mock interview sessions with these people and take that feedback which will help you improve your interview performance. Next is practice is the key. So practice has to be there and you have to practice relentlessly. Because again, even if you do not have anyone for mock interviews, you can just practice yourself sitting in front of the mirror. So that will help you prepare better through self-evaluation. So practice till the time the answers that you are saying are flowing from your heart. So it should become like a natural phenomena. You want to keep that practice on because that is what will help you overcome the nervousness and anxiety of an interview. And lastly, stay perseverant. So to quote Rocky Balboa, it is not about how hard you can hit, but about how hard you can get hit and still keep going. So you always have to stay perseverant. Even if you do face a failure, get back up, dust yourself off from that failure and restart. So I'm sure that you must have seen the movie 12th Fail. So do not worry, be ready to restart. ऐसा नहीं है कि पहली ही बारी में हमेशा सक्सेस मिल जाएगी, पर अगर नहीं भी मिलती तो हमें डायरेक्शन नहीं चेंज करना, हमें अपना पाथ नहीं चेंज करना. Because if we change the path now, we'll never reach our goal. However, if we still stay determined, persistent and perseverant, we will reach our goal one day. Which brings us to the last point, which is finish strong. So having a strong finish to an interview is extremely important. So in the words of Robin Sharma, starting strong is good, but finishing strong is epic. Robin Sharma is author of the best-selling book, The Monk Who Sold His Ferrari. So अब मैं यहाँ पे क्रिकेट का एग्जाम्पल लेता हूँ. जैसे अब क्रिकेट में हम स्टार्ट करते हैं, पावर प्ले में हमें रन्स चाहिए और हमें विकेट्स भी बचानी है, तो हमको अच्छी स्टार्ट मिल जाएगा टीम को तो एक अच्छा मोमेंटम मिल जाता है, जिससे हमारे एक अच्छा स्कोर बनाने की एबिलिटी हो जाती है, and the chances for winning the match increases. But a good finish is epic, as you can see the case of the 2024 T20 World Cup. Now South Africa needs just run a ball in the last 5 overs, but the brilliant bowling performances of Arshdeep Singh, Jasprit Bumrah, Hardik Pandya, and the stellar catch by Suryakumar Yadav helped us to gain that epic victory. Now, in order to gain this epic victory, they had to finish strong, while the South African team crumbled under the pressure. So it is very important, similarly, to finish strong in an interview as well. So here are the things that you can do in order to have a strong finish. Okay, so the first point is ask important questions. So at times when the interview ends, the interviewer asks you that, do you have any questions for us? So an ideal question would look like, so what are the growth opportunities available at your company, and where can I reach 5 years down the line if I work as per the top company standards? So this again communicates that you are willing to stay with the company in the long run, and you are ambitious about achieving your life and company goals, which portrays or demonstrates a positive impression on the interviewer. Second is reiterate your USPs. Sometimes you might not get the opportunity to ask this question. So you can finish with a strong statement like, so before we end the interview, I would like to re-emphasize on what I bring to the table. And now you can again reiterate your USPs or your strengths within the next 20 to 30 seconds, which can change the mind of the interviewer. And lastly, express your interest in working for the company. So while you end the interview, you can say something like this. Thank you, sir. I'm thrilled at the prospect of working in this position and to be part of your prestigious organization. So this is again a strong statement which communicates that you are keen in joining the company. Now again, this statement has to come with confidence, and this can be done only through constant practice. So make sure of 5 points. It has to be passion plus conviction plus use of appropriate keywords coupled up with the facial expressions and the voice intonation. So all of these things you can learn only through practice. So constant practice will help you achieve more confidence in your interviews and will help you sail through the interviews in a proper manner. Lastly, remember, be the color red in this world full of black and white. That is, create a distinctive identity for yourself. Be indispensable. So gain constant skills and move into the positive direction. I hope the points that I've talked about in this video will help you move into that direction. With that, I wish everyone watching this video all the best for their future endeavors and hope that you join your dream company very soon.